All right, everybody, we're back with another collection video. This is part 2. If you didn't see part 1, definitely watch that because we pulled out some awesome books and there's even more to come. This is the last box that's in this collection. I haven't got a final count of how many books are in here yet, but we'll do that here. As soon as we go through this one, I'll get us a count. I'll tell you, well, I told you already, I paid $600 for all of these books. There were 2 brown boxes, this little green bin, and then another plastic bin that I threw in a short box. We pulled out some decent keys. Check out the last video to see what those were. But now let's get into this box here. This is the final box, the final countdown. Let's see what we can find. Can we pull some bangers? So far, nothing great. Justice League. I mean, these really, I always thought that was a cool James Bond cover. But these are definitely dollar bin books. Nothing cool here. A little Lobo. Justice League International. I mean, I'll look all these books up to see if any of these are like keys, minor keys, but off the top of my head, I don't think they're anything spectacular. Here's some Catwoman, some Spectre, some Flash. So like it's stuff that I don't personally collect, but doesn't mean it's not good stuff. I'm just going fast because it's stuff I don't really collect, and I know it really doesn't have too much value. But we got a Bronze Age World's Finest, issue 194. Pretty cool cover. Not too bad there. We got some more detective. We got some Batman. I'm really excited about all the Bronze Age Batman that we pulled out of this collection. That's a really cool cover, like an Evel Knievel type guy on there. Let's see here. Batman 268, the Sheik, 338. That's cool. We got a copy here without a trade dress. I'll have to see what that is. I don't know if it's a 12-cent, maybe a 10-cent book. Probably Silver Age by the look of it. Man of Steel, Superman, Action Comics. I know on the left side of this box there's a bunch of Marvel and some X-Men books that I spotted when I originally flipped through everything. Here we go, World's Finest, 144. That one's pretty cool. Superman 292. Action Comics. Cool cover. Classic homage cover. But a bunch of like 90s Superman that definitely is hard to sell and really doesn't have a lot of value. Probably end up giving a lot of this stuff away. Always thought that was a great Green Lantern cover. Green Arrow, Green Lantern. Ooh, maybe there's some Green Lantern keys. I mean, there's all different random stuff in here. You really never know what you're going to find. So let's just keep going, see what's in here. There's a reprint with the first Green Lantern. Emerald Dawn, reprint of the first Bronze Age. Shazam. Some random Fantastic Four. Got the Avengers. Pretty low-grade copy of World's Finest 250. And I'm glad most of these are bagged and boarded, which is nice. 273 Batman. X-Men Chronicles. I feel like I've seen this before. This is cool. I can't remember what this was. Magazine for X-Men fans. I think I remember Mike from Lunch Money Comics talking about that book. That's pretty cool. I'll look into that more. Action Comics. What do we got here? Brave and the Bold 90. That's kind of cool with Batman and Adam Strange. That's awesome. Ooh, we got a Joker. Issue number 7 in really rough shape, unfortunately. That stinks. World's Finest. Action Comics. Brave and the Bold. Batman and Catwoman. Cool cover. Batman and Blackhawk. Nightwing and Johnny Thunder. Thor. What If. Secret Origins. Incredible Hulk. She-Hulk number 8. Awesome Man-Thing cover. I like the Savage She-Hulk run. That's issue number 12. I actually need a bunch of these. So that'll be cool. There's a little McFarlane Hulk. That's cool. Fantastic Four. Cool cover. She-Hulk. She-Hulk. That's a decent one. Oh, 161. I can't remember. Is that a key? Is that a... I don't know. That looked familiar. Is that the first Typhoid Mary? I'm having trouble remembering. Oh, that's a classic Bullseye and Black Widow cover. Big reader's crease on that Daredevil. Awesome Daredevil books here. Bunch of Frank Miller stuff. Cool stuff. Is that a key? Man, I'm having like total mind blanks on a lot of these books. It's been a while since I studied up on my Batman or my Daredevil. But lots of Bronze Age Daredevil. I'm waiting for a good one. Like, that one is pretty awesome. I think that's second or third appearance of Bullseye. That's a good one. What is that? It's issue 141. Yeah, so that one's 161. 154. Come on, First Elektra or something. 174. Kingpin on 172. And 164. All right, I mean, some good stuff. Let's go ahead and put these back carefully and move on to the next side of this box, because I think we're gonna, I don't know, I hope we end up with some good stuff. We didn't pull anything big out. There was no big keys over here, so at least not that I saw. Guy Gardner, Hawk World, Marvel Fanfare. All right, let's see what's hiding over here. Iron Man 125. Is that part of the Demon in the Bottle run? I think. Ra's al Ghul. Spider-Man 16. Some of these feel like there's multiple books, but now it's just like a thick backing board. Spider-Man 312. Really cool Green Goblin Hobgoblin cover. That's nice. Some McFarlane Spidey. The Bat. Definitely going to have to look up a lot of these books, because normally I'm pretty good at pulling keys. But a lot of this stuff I'm just really not sure. Oh, that's a great one. Great Lizard McFarlane cover. Marvel Tales 29. That's pretty cool. A little bit older Marvel Tales. Spider-Man 15. Ooh, Spidey Super Stories. 13. Those are always fun. The Electric Company. Really cool. All right, here's some X-Men. I saw some good X-Men books in here. Hopefully, I was right. Let's see. 132. Not a bad looking book. Mid-grade. But can't beat some 40-cent X-Men. X-Men Classic. Classic number 1. That's a great cover. More classic. That's not what I want to find. I want to find Uncanny. What's something stuck to the back of this one? A newspaper clipping. I'll have to look at that later. Classic, classic. All right, here we go. There's multiple books in here, so let me see if I could do this one-handed. All right, let's see. So we have X-Men 166, First Lockheed, and X-Men 167. All right, cool. Not too bad at all. We got some What If. We got some Jim Lee X-Men. We got some Uncanny 269. I was hoping there'd be like a First Gambit in here. I mean, let's end this collection with like some bangers. We need something. Is there a Deadpool card in there? Nope, there's no card. Somebody took the card out. What are you going to do? Okay, here we go. There we go. X-Men 139. Actually, really nice condition. That's good. That's good. Here's another good one. X-Men 134, Dark Phoenix. Awesome. Okay, all right. I knew there was some good X-Men in here. 135, really nice condition. Is that more than one book in there? I think it just has a couple backing boards in there, which that's great. Another classic book here, 137, in really nice shape. Man, these bags and boards are rough. 138. Still good stuff here. 129. That's a good one, right? Why can't I remember? Is that it? I'll throw it up on the screen, or we'll talk about it later. 128. All right, there's some good lower number X-Men in here. Ones that I need for my run as well. There's 120. Is that first Alpha Flight? I think, right? First cameo. Oh, here we go. Some Days of Futures Past. Awesome. Or no. Well, this is a cool book, though. 142. Awesome book. 143. 144. And... oh, man. I don't like that they're in there together. Marvel Fanfare. Okay. Random stuff. Some more X-Men. Ooh. Oh, I think I just saw a good one. 151. And what else is in there? 152. All right. So some of them are double bagged. Here's a good one. X-Men 58. Is that first appearance of Havoc? That is cool. I don't think I own that book, actually. That's nice. It just needs a good cleaning. Decent shape. But there's the Days of Future Past. This is what I saw when I was flipping through really quickly. I'm excited. I actually don't own this book either. So that'll go into the PC. 140. Awesome book. Another good book. 168. And there's another book behind it. Oh, I hate when they do that. 169. Probably should have guessed. Awesome book. Little binary. 164. And what's behind this one? Probably 165. Yep. All right. That was awesome. A nice little stack of some X-Men keys. So I'm happy. I'm really happy. First Bishop, or first cover, or first full appearance, whatever you want to call it. Second appearance. X-Force. Ooh, there we go. Some more Uncanny. 159. All right, so a nice little X-Men run. 157. And then back to X-Men number 1, Jim Lee. Oh, there's a good one. Oh, there's some good stuff in here. So there's 149. Great book. Imagine if these were all Mark Jewelers. No, they're not. Ooh, and then X-Men, what is that? 150, right? X-Men 150. We got 145 with that awesome Doom cover. Behind it is a Marvel Fanfare. What the heck? There's the first appearance of Bishop. Uncanny. You know, good books. Definitely cool books. Cool Psylocke books. Oh, snap. It's in there. Guys, it's in there. Holy smokes. I honestly, I didn't think it was going to be in here, but I also thought it was. I don't know. I was going back and forth. All right, so 253, and then there it is. And it's actually pretty nice. X-Men 266, First Gambit. Oh, man, I'm so happy that's in here. Holy smokes. It's actually really nice. I'm going to put, you know, I don't want to mess with it too much. I want to get clean hands. Look at my fingers. They're disgusting. Get clean hands. I'm going to put it in a fresh bagging board, examine the book. But we got a First Gambit 266. Well, second appearance of Gambit, but, you know, that's the good one. All right. Oh, man. Holy smokes. What else can we end on? Is that going to be the last best book? More Uncanny. There's, what is that? Third appearance of Gambit. That's a good one. Cool, earlier. She-Hulk, X-Men, Annual 6. Is there something behind that one? There is. What's hiding behind here? Oh, this is difficult. 154. X-Men 160. That's awesome. And there's one behind here. And it's 162. Awesome cover. Classic. X-Factor. Uncanny. What's hiding behind this one? 171. We got X-Men 200. I think there's only one book in there. 175, and there's something behind there. Actually, is there two in this one? Bear with me, guys. This is difficult with one hand. 175. Oh, that's a good one coming up. There's 172. And 174. 250. And this book, everyone's like loving this book. 251. Nice looking copy. I have a couple of these in my collection. It's funny, I had, last time I did a show, a little convention, I sold a couple of these books in my $3 bins, and everybody scooped them up. And now, like, in the books, like, people are asking like 20, 30 bucks for that book, which is crazy. All right, and last but not least, Marvel Age. Oh, and an Uncanny 279. I think that was it. Let's see. Marvel Age, Uncanny. All right, guys, not too bad. Lots of good X-Men stuff. We got a Gambit. We got Bane, second appearance of Bane. We got, some really cool stuff. I'm going to go ahead, clean all this stuff up, wash my hands, re-bag and board the best books for now. I'm going to re-bag and board everything. But I'm going to bag and board these keys and cool books, and then we'll do a recap of this collection. So I ended up taking everything out of its bags and boards, which were really old and disgusting. I threw all that away, and I have all the books organized by, Marvel, DC, and then by title. So everything is now basically processed. I've pulled out there's a small stack of best books, the keys, the biggest keys, and then this is what's left over. This box here is mainly dollar bin stuff. This is all Marvel and a little bit of DC of like better books. This is all Batman, and then this is all Marvel and DC better books as well. They're slightly organized. I kind of have a little method to my mayhem here, but so I am going to put everything in brand new bags and boards, and then we'll come back and I'll show you all the best books. So here's everything organized and all bagged and boarded. There ended up being 5 short box worth, and I counted every book, and there is just about 600 comics. So I actually ended up paying $1 a piece per book, which for what's in here, I think is an incredible deal. Before we get to the best books in this collection, I'm just going to throw out a couple honorable mentions, some cool Silver Age, and some other like random stuff that I thought was interesting. We got World's Finest 144, nice little, lower grade, but cool to find Silver Age. Also, World's Finest 168. And some of these are like minor keys, and, some have a little bit of value. Here's World's Finest 194. Also, Brave and the Bold 90. Just thought this was a really cool cover. This is a great George Perez, homage cover. Superman or Action Comics 463. Just a cool cover. Has a little bit of value. This one's got a little bit of value as well. Superman 252. And then some World's Finest 252. Brave and the Bold 200. This one's got a little bit of value as well. Brave and the Bold 197. These were really cool because these are DC Universe variants. The Final Night, issue number 1, number 2, and number 3, all DC variants. This one I just pulled because it's kind of a popular book right now. This is Justice League International, issue number 18, first battle between Guy Gardner and Lobo. Pretty cool. And then the second meeting and battle, whatever. Kind of a cool book, cool covers. And then Justice League America, issue 31, just a really cool Adam Hughes cover. And Dark Claw, issue number 1. Just always love this book. So before we get to all the best books in this collection, I did want to show one other thing. That's this book here, Avengers 229. Crazy looking cover, really nothing special here, but this book does have this. It has the tattoos insert. So if you're ever come across a Amazing Spider-Man 238 and you need the tattoos, maybe they're missing in your ASM book, you can actually unstaple these and complete your book. They're the same tattoos that are in the ASM, Amazing Spider-Man First Hobgoblin comic. So there's this little side here, this little side here with the tattoos. So you can actually borrow the tattoos from this one to complete it. Also, I believe there's a Fantastic Four comic. It has like a horizontal cover. I'll throw it up on the screen, but that's another one that has the tattoo inserts as well. So just a little thing to remember when you're trying to complete the first Hobgoblin Amazing Spider-Man comic. All right, so let's get into the best books that were in this collection. There's 18 comics here, and they're either the most valuable or just ones that I really like the best out of all the books in this collection. Out of 600 comics, these are the top 18 that I found. Starting off with this book here, Batman 213. It's got a great cover. This has some decent value as well. This is the 30th anniversary issue, as well as the Origin of Robin Retold. Like I said, has some good value. This book is in decent shape. It's got some spine wear. It's got a little chip. It's got some color breaks, but I'm really happy to find this one. And this is going straight into my Batman collection, so very excited about that one. Next up is a book that I actually didn't even know about. I had to look this one up and realized it's actually a pretty big key, and it's got some pretty good monetary value as well. This is World's Finest 141. I know I joked about the cover earlier in the footage. It is actually a pretty cool cover, but the significance about this book is that this is the debut of Batman's new costume, with the emblem on his chest having the gold or the yellow and black bat. Which we all know, originally, as you see, it was just the black bat on his chest, and then they put the yellow border around it. And that's, in this comic here, is where it first debuted. Not on the cover, obviously, but on the interior. Detective Comics, I think 327 or something like that, is also known as the first debut of Batman's new costume. But this book actually came out quite a bit before the detective book. So they call this the actual first debut of Batman's new costume, which I had no idea. Pretty cool significance about this book. Happy to find this one, and it's got some good value to it. So very excited about this one. Probably hold on to this for a little bit in the collection. Very cool, and I do like the cover. Pretty awesome. And it's in good shape, so can't complain about that. Also, you saw these in the footage. Wolverine, the first limited series, Frank Miller goodness. Issues number 1 in a newsstand. Issue number 2. And issue number 3, which is in the worst condition. It's got quite a few spine ticks. This book is hard to get in high grade. And issue number 4. So the whole set, I do not have these in bags and boards because they are about to go into my press. They're going to get cleaned and pressed because, there's some indentations, and I just want to make these present a little bit nicer for my own personal collection because I'll be holding on to these ones. So I'm really excited to get the whole set of the Frank Miller Wolverine. Also, the Killing Joke classic book here. This is a 6th printing. I've owned the first printing. I've had a few copies of the first printing, but I've never owned any of the later printings. So happy to find this one. I mean, it's not worth a whole lot, maybe 15, 20 bucks, somewhere around there. But it is high grade, no spine ticks. I don't think it's ever been read. Really, really good condition. And it's got this color trade dress, which I don't know, is that pink or orange or like salmon color? But on the indicia inside the book, it does say it is the 6th printing. So happy to find that one. I thought that was really cool. Can't go wrong. And also an amazing read. Definitely check it out. This book doesn't have like a whole lot of value, but I just thought this was awesome. This is Legends of the Dark Knight, issue number 50, a classic Boland cover with Joker and Joker Cat. Super cool. It's a high-grade book, basically near mint. I've never owned this one. I always thought it was really cool. You know, it's got a little bit of value, but honestly, this one is just going into the collection. I thought it was so cool, and I was really happy to find that one. Also, we have Vengeance of Bane, number 2. Of course, the first appearance of Bane wasn't in the collection, unfortunately, but this book was, and I've never owned either of these issues. You know, I'm not a huge, like, Batman collector, but honestly, now that I have all this Batman stuff in my inventory, I'm definitely keeping a handful of them for myself because I do love Batman, and, you know, I grew up with Batman, so why not you know, hold on to some of these books, and I was happy to get this one, Vengeance of Bane, number 2. Pretty decent shape. It's got 2 little spine ticks right above my thumb there, but honestly, pretty nice looking book. Happy to add this to the collection. Also, we found Batman 655, the first cameo appearance of Damian Wayne, first full appearance of Damian Wayne. I don't know. You tell me down in the comments. Also, the first cover appearance of Damian was found in this collection as well. But this is, of course, the more sought-after book. Classic cover. This one's got a handful of spine ticks. I might throw it in the press. We'll see. But still happy to find this one. I've never owned this book, and I'll probably just hold on to it for now. Very cool. You know, it's not worth a whole lot of money, but it's definitely a cool book. This was a cool find as well. This is Detective Comics 450. It's got a big reader's crease, subscription crease going down the center of the book. But this is actually a Mark Jewelers insert, the Mark Jewelers variant. I flipped through all 600 books in this entire collection, and this was the only Mark Jewelers that I found. But still happy to find at least one to add to my Mark Jewelers collection. If you don't know, Mark Jewelers inserts were put in comic books that were sent off to military bases, you know, basically advertising to soldiers to buy some jewelry for their significant others back home. So really happy to find a Mark Jewelers variant in this collection, especially on a Bronze Age detective book. Very cool. Excited about that one. That'll stay in the collection as well. This was an amazing find. This is Detective 373. This is the second appearance of Mr. Freeze. In his first appearance, he was originally called Mr. Zero. So in this book, they call him Mr. Freeze, which we all know him by, you know, nowadays. So this was the first time he was called Mr. Freeze, and this is his overall second appearance. It's a great book. It's got an awesome cover. I really, really like the cover on this one. The book itself is in pretty decent shape. I mean, it's got some spine ticks. It's got a little color breaking up here. But overall, pretty sharp-looking book. Happy to add this one to the collection. I've actually always wanted this book just because I love the cover. And, you know, Mr. Freeze is definitely a classic villain. So happy to own this book, and also it's got some decent value. Really excited about this one. Definitely makes this collection worthwhile, as well as this book here. I absolutely love this book. I love the cover. I mean, just classic Todd McFarlane goodness. Batman 423 needs no introduction. You guys all know what this is. This is a first printing. I always love how the moon isn't colored yellow right there. It's still orange. I mean, how silly is that? But a great book. It's got a couple non-color breaking spine ticks. But besides that, this is a really clean copy, really sharp looking book. Happy to add another one of these to my collection because I already have this book. I bought it from a convention from a friend of mine a few months back, and now I own another one. So one of them might go up for sale or for trade. I know I have one friend that's looking to trade me for this book, so we'll see about that. But really happy to find this book. I absolutely love this one. Very cool find. It's got some good value and definitely made the collection even better. This was a great find. I was really surprised and really excited to find this book. Also, another book that really needs no introduction, Uncanny X-Men 266, first full appearance of Gambit, or second appearance of Gambit, whatever it is, whatever you want to call it. This is the book that's worth money. X-Men Annual 14, his true first appearance, which I do agree with. Still, it's got a bad cover, and it's really not the book everybody wants. Everybody wants this book here. It's part of the Uncanny run. It's got an awesome cover. So happy to find this one, and this is in beautiful shape. No spine ticks. It's got a little bit of like a miswrap, but still really sharp looking book. I was ecstatic that we found this one in the collection. So I actually don't own this book raw. I have a graded version, a CGC graded. I think I have an 8. Yeah, it's an 8.0 that I have in my collection. So I'm probably going to sell that 8.0 and keep this one. Because I like my books raw for the most part, especially for like runs that I collect, which Uncanny X-Men is definitely one of the runs that, at least like issues 1 through 300. Those are the books, and I'm actually really close to completing the run. But happy to find the Gambit key. Really excited about that one. Another great book here from the Uncanny X-Men run, issue 142, classic cover, Days of Future Past, Part 2. Excellent book. This one, it's got a couple spine ticks, but overall, pretty sharp-looking copy. It's got some great value, and I was really excited to find all these X-Men keys. There were a bunch of great X-Men books in this collection, but I just pulled out like the top 3 or 4 of them. So we'll take a look at those now. But Uncanny 142, definitely a great book. And then also issue 141, Days of Future Past Part 1. Classic cover, awesome book. I actually did not own this one, so this is going into the collection. I'm excited about that. I did own issue 142, but I had a lower grade copy, so this will be an upgrade. And then this one I needed, so really excited about this one. I mean, you can't beat this book, and this whole story is just outstanding. So happy to find Uncanny 141, Days of Future Past. This was a really great find here. Awesome book, X-Men 129. It's got a couple spine ticks. I mean, it could definitely use a clean and, a press, but just a classic book, pretty big key. I'll throw up on the screen what Key Collector says about this one. It's definitely got some really good value to it. Also another book that I needed for my collection, for the run. So really happy to finally get this book, especially in a collection, at a pretty awesome deal. So really excited about Uncanny 129. And then the last book here, which I think was, I guess, pretty much the best book in this collection, X-Men 58, first appearance of Havoc. The book it's got some wear for sure. It's got some like color rub. It's got a handful of spine ticks and spine wear. But overall, not a bad looking copy. I'm more than happy to add, a lower grade copy to my collection. I needed this book, and this one, is worth a few bucks. So I think this was probably the best book as far as monetary value that we found in the collection. But you let me know down in the comments. What do you think the best book in this collection was? We went through every single book here on the video, so you saw everything. Just now we're showing off what I think were the best books, but you let me know what was your favorite book or you think the best book in the entire collection was down in the comments. I'd love to hear what you have to say. So that's it. Those are all the books. What an amazing collection. You know, I ended up getting this collection for $600. There ended up being just over 600 comics, plus a couple of extra things like magazines and that little lanyard and some other random stuff, some posters and inserts. So I ended up paying $1 per book average, which I think is excellent, especially since there were quite a few good books. Also, you know, there was about 2 short boxes worth of books that I'll be selling for $1. So, you know, it kind of evens out. You know, I have some really good books that I got for a great deal, and then there's some books that I'll probably sell for $1 or 50 cents a piece. You know, so not too bad at all. I think this collection was definitely a great score. Really excited about it. And, you know, let me know down in the comments, what do you think about it? But that's the video. That's the collection. Another great collection. The first real collection of 2025. Really excited about this one, guys. Thank you so much for watching the video. Don't forget, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the notification bell, and as always, I'll see you on the next one.